Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to replace your glass and LCD screen assembly on your Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. Alright, so I'm going to be showing you how to take it apart and replace the screen on it. First thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to give it some heat on the back cover to remove it. So we can either do this with a heat gun or a hair dryer by moving it around slowly. Keep it around 4 or 5 inches away from it so we don't burn the phone. Or we can put it on a hot plate like I am going to show you. This is what I do since I have a hot plate. And I will put it to about 110 degrees Celsius for about 2 to 3 minutes. And make sure that you power the phone off before we begin to give it heat. And then once we're ready, begin the procedure, and then I'm going to show you how to remove the back cover once it's hot enough. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to get a suction cup and begin to pull up on the back glass until you see a slight opening where we can stick a pick or prying tool. And then once you have the prying tool in there, you can remove the suction cup, and then we're going to go around the back, around all the sides with the prying tool or several prying tools. Okay, once you see that you have most of it, the prying tool going around the entire frame, once you see you have most of it lifted up, you can go ahead and pull up on the back glass from the bottom towards the top, and it will come right out. Alright, so let's remove the adhesive and let's place it back in place on the back cover so that we can reuse it again. Alright, next thing we're going to need to do is remove all of the Phillips head screws that are holding on the back frames of the phone. So we're going to remove all the Phillips head screws and put them to the side. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we're going to pry up on the back frame. We're going to pull up on them and gently. They will come right out when they unclip. It's going to have a little bit of adhesive tape there. You're going to pull up on it and it will come right out. And then on the bottom portion, we're also going to have to pry up on it gently, maybe wiggle it sideways so it can come out easier. There you go, and it'll come right out. So next thing we need to do is disconnect the battery to make sure there's no electricity going through the phone. Alright, next thing we want to do is get the new screen so that we can test it out before we install it completely. So let's go ahead and make sure the phone's powered on. Let's disconnect the old LCD and connect the new one. Alright, and then once it's connected, go ahead and press the power button so that the screen can light up, so we can test out the LCD and the touch function. Alright, so it looks like the LCD is lighting up correctly. So let's test out the touch function as well to make sure that's working. Okay, once you're ready, go ahead and disconnect the battery again to disconnect the electricity and disconnect the LCD cable. Alright, so next thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to give it some heat again, once again, this time on the screen. Either use a hairdryer, heat gun, or place it on the hot plate until it's hot enough. Alright, so once it's hot enough, we're going to get a open prying tool once again and begin prying up. You can start towards the top. Remember that the flex cable is going to be towards the bottom on the right hand side. So we're going to begin to pry up on the top portion, pulling up. And this is a broken LCD screen, the one we're removing, so I'm not going to be too gentle with it because I don't care about it breaking. So we're going to go around the entire screen, alright, until it's completely removed. Alright, once you see that the top portion is removed, that you can stick a finger in there, you can begin to pry up on it completely, pull up on it harder so that it comes off easier. The S8 and S8 Plus does have a stronger adhesive holding the screen in, I noticed, than the previous models. Alright, next thing, once you remove the screen off completely, we're going to make sure that there's no leftover glass around the frame so that when we install the new screen, it won't be damaged by anything left over on the old frame. So make sure you clean it up, make sure on all the sides there's nothing left. Alright, once it's clean and you're sure that you're ready to put the new screen in, let's go ahead and remove the plastic films from the new screen. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and place the LCD cable in first through the slot. Also make sure you put some tape on the new LCD where the chips are to make sure that there's no contact with the frame, because sometimes that makes the screen malfunction. Alright, so once that's ready, place the cable in through the slot. Okay, and then position the frame correctly on the frame, and then give it some little bit of pressure around all the sides so that it can be glued down with the adhesive correctly. Go around all the sides. Alright, once the screen is positioned in correctly and you have connected the flex cable, connect the battery back as well, connect the LCD cable, make sure everything is connected. Alright, you may want to give it a little bit of pressure one more time to make sure that the screen fits in correctly. And then we're going to begin placing the back cover pieces back on. So the loudspeaker on the bottom here, we can place a screw down to secure it. Okay, and then we're going to place the top portion over here. which is where the wireless wireless adapter cable goes. Alright, and let's go ahead and place all of the Phillips head screws back on the entire back frame. Alright, so once you have all the screws back in, we're going to need to connect the cable here. Alright, this is for the sensor, the fingerprint sensor on the back. So we're going to need to connect this on the motherboard first before we put the back glass back on. So let's connect that. Place it there very gently and slowly. You may want to press it down with something, maybe a small screwdriver. Once you're sure it's clicked in, you can go ahead and just give pressure around the back housing, the back glass, so that it can go back in its place. Alright, so make sure that the phone is, the back glass is back on correctly. Once you're done, you can go ahead and power the phone on, test it on, and make sure that everything is working fine. Alright, so that's how you replace the LCD screen on your Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. Hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this. Till next time. Peace.